This is the Irish Craft Beer Show. My name is Brian Condren, and welcome back to the National Convention Centre for the Alltech Craft Brews and Food Fair 2016. We recorded so many interviews here, I had to split it up into two separate episodes. This is part 2. If you haven't checked out part 1 yet, then I urge you to do so. There'll be a link in the show notes below. This is the fourth running of the festival here in North Waukegan. This year is the biggest one yet, with 60 exhibitors including craft breweries from Ireland and beyond. This year also includes a successful Guinness Book of Records attempt for the world's largest beer tasting. And of course, the Dublin Beer Cup was also awarded. A brewery from Denmark has won this award for the past 2 years in a row. Will they pull off a hat-trick? Find out later. I spent 2 days travelling the floor with John the Beer Nut Duffy, getting craft brewers to talk all about their beer. Unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties, most of the interviews I conducted myself were recorded without sound. Luckily, John was very productive, so there's still lots to enjoy. So, without further ado, over to you, John.
My next guest is Liam St. Mel from the St. Mel's Brewing Company in Longford.
How you doing, John?
And the beer that we have is a raisin and oatmeal stout.
Yes.
Why raisins and oatmeal?
I just always thought the raisins would go very well with a dark beer. And I've done a lot of stout recipes over the years, so I wanted to do a stout that was a little bit different to what's on the market.
Yep.
And I love oatmeal and stouts anyway, because it makes the beer nice and silky.
Yeah. So you get that big body, the smoothness.
Nice silky body with there's eating and drinking in it, and then the raisins kick in at the end with a kind of a fruity, almost tannic-like flavor.
Yeah, you get that sort of grape skin kind of dryness. That's really good.
Yeah.
And your bottle conditioning for all of your beers.
All of our beers are bottle conditioned.
Yeah, so there's definitely there's a spicy character that I think it's something that I associate with stouts on cask. And I'm getting
actually, I discussed this yesterday with some other brewers, and they reckon it's because I use a dried yeast to recondition, or to condition the beer in the bottle.
Yeah.
And they reckon the first pitch of a dried yeast is high in sulphur, and I think that's what's giving it that spiciness.
Oh, okay.
The high sulphur content of the fresh yeast. So.
Yeah, it's a Burton bite kind of thing.
Yes. So, it is there. It's there. I like it.
Are you happy with it? Yeah, you're happy with it.
I like
it's
it.
supposed to be there. Is this a seasonal beer?
That's a seasonal. That's our winter seasonal. So we release that in November for every year for Christmas. We've got like 20 cases left or something, so we're trying to flog them right now.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. It's a lovely beer. This is the second year that you've done it as your winter season.
Second year that we've done that as the winter seasonal. I think it's got quite a following around Longford and at Lone, so we will be keeping it as a winter season.
And bottle only.
Bottle only. No intention to do draft with it.
Are they big bottle consumers in the Midlands? It's something you associate with the South East.
I have to say that when we started the brewery, we didn't factor local support in our business plan.
Oh yeah, well you wouldn't.
We also didn't factor 40 other breweries opening at the same time as us. So when we got that local support, it's actually what sustained us, and we wouldn't have made it through the first year without it. So and look, bottles account for about maybe 75% of what we do. And
how much do you sell locally? What kind of proportion?
We distribute ourselves about 60% of our. Although that's changing drastically this year, but last year we would have self-distributed 60% of our output. Yeah, it's not a big output, though. So.
No, but still, that's good.
You can put it in a wheelbarrow.
But presumably, if you go to Longford Town, you can get
our beer everywhere. Yeah. And it's the pubs and the retailers that have supported us. They're all pushing it.
No, I think that's how we'll win this revolution. Is time by time.
I think if you're opening a brewery and you don't get local support, you're going to have a problem.
Doing something wrong. Okay. And what are your core beers?
Our core beers are our pale ale, our Helles Lager, and our brown. We're going to add an IPA this year.
Ooh.
Yeah, wow.
Is anybody else doing an IPA?
If I can get any hops. If there are any hops left in the world, I'm going to do an IPA with them.
Yeah.
But we're going to add an IPA to that this year.
Tell us about your Neo Mexicanos.
Oh, this again. Yeah, we got some hops from some Benedictine monks in New Mexico, near Albuquerque, I think, in the desert anyway. They're a wild hop variety, Neo Mexicanos, and there's different sub-varieties within that. And we got 2 varieties, so we did a beer with one of them. That variety was called Ladder, and then we did we're doing the Helles Lager through a Randall filled with Neo Mexicanos this weekend. And you've tasted it. So
It's very interesting. That lovely sort of crisp fried onion.
I don't know if you'd sit and drink 3 pints of it, though.
I'd give it a go.
You probably would.
Yeah. But I mean, the Helles is that sort of clean base beer, and then just getting that lovely sort of interesting hop character. I mean,
but it's a very distinctive.
It's very difficult to describe. It tastes like nothing else. It's really interesting.
I think you actually, when you said fried onions, that's sweet fried onions is about the best descriptor.
There's a bit of lime as well.
Lemony. Lemon cheesecake was the first thing that came to my mind.
That's good. So if you want lemon cheesecake, sit Mel's.
I'm here with lemon cheesecakes.
Our beer is a California common ale. It's an ale. It's a lager fermented at ale temperatures, which gives it a certain amount of fruitiness. There's a lot of Northern Brewer hops coming through as well, which is the signature hop that we use in our beer. It's quite like an amber lager, so it's 4.3%. It's very sessionable. We've had good reviews of it so far, so we have it now in bottle as well and in draft in a number of places around Galway and Dublin.
So while there's a lull in proceedings, we've moved to Galway Hooker. I'm here with Aidan Hooker from Galway Hooker, and you guys invented Irish Pale Ale, and you've been trading on the confusion of those initials for 10 years now.
Yeah.
And then you finally produced an actual India Pale Ale called 60 Knots.
Yeah.
Tell us about 60 Knots.
So it is brewed in traditional style of an India Pale Ale. High bitterness, but still balanced, but with quite a bit of malt sweetness.
Yep.
I suppose maybe different to some of the other India Pale Ales that it's not all like Aroma American hops or Southern Hemisphere hops. We use a mix of, again, European and American hops in it.
Okay, what hops do you use?
So we use Pilgrim and Cascade, and put me on the spot now if I can only remember which other ones. Yeah. We're going to start putting in Citra and Amarillo. We didn't last year because we couldn't get them. But we
and you're obviously making enough money that you can get.
Yeah. So we're going to just to do that a little bit, but we're still going to try and keep some of the British hops in there. So we'll keep using Pilgrim.
Yeah.
And just so it's that kind of blend.
So it's kind of an Anglo-American approach to IPA.
Yeah, kind of a little bit like the original ale, really. Okay. It's a bit of a mix.
It is different to the typical IPAs that you get around the place that are all sort of very American heavy.
Yeah, and it is still quite kind of, I would say, got a lot of malt back to it. It's quite sweet to balance that bitterness.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do. Just keep it a bit different.
And what's the grain bill?
Excuse me?
What's the grain bill?
It's primarily pale ale malt. Then we use I think it's about 6-7% crystal malt, and something similar we put in a bit of wheat as well, just to help with the head retention.
And you've been producing this for just over a year now?
Just over a year, yeah. So we're going to hopefully we're planning on bringing out a new beer this year, something to celebrate being around 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
Haven't really decided what that's going to be yet. If you have any ideas, let me know. We're open to any suggestions.
It's all about sour now.
Sour, yeah, that is an option. Yeah, it's something we could look at. I'm not mad into sours myself.
How does that fly in the West?
I know it's not that. It's just it's kind of a personal preference thing, you know.
Make the beers you like.
Yeah, exactly.
The point of owning a brewery.
Yeah, exactly. You know, not that I don't like sours. I just the kind of beers I taste, but I don't go back to them too much. You know, I kind of go,
sure.
But
and 60 Knots was originally bottles only. We're seeing it on draft more and more now.
So originally brought out in bottle. No, I think it was brought out in draft around the same time.
Oh, really? Okay.
It is it's only available in a limited number of places. So so I suppose you're right. It was early enough last year. We brought in the small fermenters from our old brewery, which allowed us to start brewing it in smaller batches. So to start brewing smaller batches when we started brewing the 60 knots off our draft. So at the moment, we just have the 4 beers: the pale ale, the lager, which we rebranded recently from dark lager to amber lager, but it's the same beer, and 60 knots.
Is the Irish pale ale still your biggest seller?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's the beer of Galway, really, isn't it?
It is. It's,
if you're not in a particular chain of pubs.
Yeah. It's. Look, it's the one we're known for. It's the one people like. It's the one people always go back to.
And it's still going. It's classic flavours. So.
Yeah. So it's. So it's a bit of a struggle sometimes to even a lot of times people don't realise we do other beers, but yeah, look, at least doing other beers kind of keeps life a bit more interesting. We can, we're not brewing the same beer every week, or every day in the brewery, so it's good from that point of view.
Cool, thank you very much. I can see the customers massing. So happy birthday, and thank you very much.
Thanks, John. Thanks.
Welcome back to the Irish Craft Beer Show, and I'm joined by Sarah Finney.
Hello.
And Sarah has her first ever commercial beer, which is a double IPA.
It's a double IPA, yeah.
And what's a double IPA?
It's a double IPA. You should know. Jesus. It's an IPA doubled.
It's an IPA double, so it's an extra
yeah.
strong version of
Exactly,
hoppy
double IPA,
style,
yeah.
and it's in the American vernacular.
Exactly, yeah. No. Wanted to make it very American.
I've heard the hops are super top secret.
Well, I mean, they were not until now, and now they are. It is Nugget, Citra, and Mosaic.
Oh, Mosaic,
Yeah. And then I dry hopped it with just the Citra and the Mosaic. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's it's very, very fruity, very orangey.
Yes, very orangey, very fruity. A bit of citrus as well in it, I think, and good.
So you brewed this in the Five Lamps Brewery?
I did, yeah. At the beginning of January, I went to them and brewed it with William. He made me clean out the mash tun, all that good stuff.
Proper
So
order, yeah. But it's your recipe?
it's my recipe. I scaled it up from 1 gallon all the way up to 700 liters. So
Wow.
yeah,
And how strong is it?
it's 8%.
8%.
So-
And the homebrew version, did it taste like this?
It's a bit different, but it's fairly similar. It's got a lot of citrus punch as well, and I changed one of the hops was Belma, and I changed that, but that was about couldn't really get Belma in that quantity, So
So you're an established beer vlogger and critic. Do you think critics
Fairly.
make better brewers than anyone else?
I don't know if I go that far. I don't know.
But do you think it gives you
It
an
just
angle?
gives me the angle that I like to make, I guess, different beer. I don't make your run-of-the-mill beer when I make my home brews.
Yeah.
I like something different, more
Yeah.
unique. So when I go to make a beer, it's got to be something different than I've ever tasted. Bring in, a different flavor.
Yeah.
That I've never had. I like to explore different things.
Sure,
I guess.
that's the whole point, yeah.
I wouldn't want to make just a run-of-the-mill pale ale or a run-of-the-mill stout. I want to do something a bit different. So I guess I cater to myself as a beer critiquer, blogger.
Yeah. Are you going to be reviewing this on 5 Minutes of Finney?
We'll see. I don't know.
I think you should. I think it'd be a good
we'll
idea.
see, yeah.
And so you've called yourself the Cheers So Brew Co.
Well, I thought it was quite,
It's a good badge.
Yeah.
Will we be seeing more from Cheers So?
Well, I mean, other than my regular home brews, I hope to, hopefully do more on a bigger scale at some point.
Yeah.
If somebody will have me, I guess.
How was the Five Lamps experience?
It was great. They're an awesome brewery. William knows a ton.
Yeah.
He's had tons of experience. He knows what he's doing, which is helpful to kind of, be able to scale up a brew and then have, that person standing by you kind of helping you along the way.
But at the same time, they don't strike me as a brewery that would brew an American-style double IPA.
No, I don't think
Bad.
that would be William's normal style to do. He wouldn't normally want to do that. So, when I gave him the idea and also when I told him how much grain and how many hops I wanted to use, I think he was kind of a bit blown away.
Yeah.
I think it scared him. But he let me do it. He let me go ahead and he said, okay, if that's what you want to do, that's what we'll do.
How much of it is there?
Well, there's probably about 600 liters after all is said and done, so I'm hoping to have it in a few different bars around town
Okay.
afterwards, so yeah.
Right. And you're happy with the recipe? You're happy how it turned out?
Yeah, I am. To be honest, I just wanted it to be drinkable and I wanted it to taste good, and I did that for myself at least, so if nobody else wants to drink the 600 liters, I will.
Yeah, cool.
And that's the most important thing, and I just wanted to see, I guess, if one of my home brews would scale up, and that was the most important thing to me, and whether it would be successful in that manner, not to make some, I guess, amazing beer off the bat, that wasn't, I guess, the whole thing. Obviously, it's just my first time doing a huge brew, so if I can at least have a drinkable beer that isn't going to kill somebody or isn't, going to go flat, then that's kind of the most important thing.
It's different from the original version, but it's still good.
It's still the same recipe underneath, changed the hops a bit, but that was it, really. So, and it reached the percent and, everything I wanted. It hit all the marks I wanted otherwise, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, so.
Cheers, yeah.
Enough fun, now is when things get serious. This is the 4th Dublin Craft Beer Cup. Koisbeer Denmark won for the past 2 years in a row. It is time to bring the trophy back to Ireland. Let's see what happens.
We have a lot of winners of bronze medals. We have just over 100 medals. There's a fantastic range of American beers, European beers, Irish beers, and we've been really impressed with the quality, but also the variation in styles. It really challenged our tasting panel, and they were very impressed with a wide range of beers. Let's look at some more bronze medals. All medal winners who are exhibited here or are present here have their medals or can be presented with their medals and certificates here. Okay, we're going to move on. We've been really impressed with the range in styles of beers that have been presented to us this year, and they've been scoring particularly well. We have seen IPAs score very, very well in the past. They're doing well this year, but there's a much broader spread in beer styles. Let's look at the silver medalists. Anybody in the room with a silver medal? Any of the exhibitors with medals and certificates will be displaying them on their taps, so you can see who are the prize winners according to our judging panel. Okay, we have more silver medals. And now we're getting close to the gold.